Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What do you get when you mix two white boys, both named Mike? A thing for Justin Timberlake and a piercing above your eye. Was he high? Their stories alone could make you cry. That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
A free sandwich card for this kid or something, like 10 hole punches, and he's got to get a free ticket.
Here's
or
the thing. I think I figured you out, Rick. You know, you disguise yourself as a really good fan, and you drive, and you're a very good supporter of comedy, of all, like a lot of the comedians that we love, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I think you're a bully. I think that's what you are. I think you're just showing up to make me just pressured to come up with a new hour faster than I'm ready to. And I did 25 new minutes when he was there.
I love how you look at that as bullying and not as him helping you. He's your coach.
No, how dare he keep showing up and pressuring me to create? Get out of my comfort zone. Grow as an artist. Who the fuck do you think you are?
You had a full year and you didn't do anything.
Yeah. Every time you support me.
I love
But
Rick.
thank you for coming out, Rick.
Yeah.
No, it was always good to see. And he's coming out to Royersford.
Oh, sweet. Well, that at least half the show is going to be completely off the top of the dome because Royersford, August 11th, we're at Soul Joel's.
We are.
Me, Feeney, and Sagalow doing half stand-up, half podcast. We got some special guests/characters coming through. It's going to be a really great time. We're going to sell out that goddamn dome, so get your tickets.
But I do have to say this. This has happened on Saturday. I'm on stage, and the crowd on Saturday, whatever the reason, the audience was just like they had like a Wednesday feel to them as an audience. They weren't excited about any of the comics. They were very much like they couldn't all come on the same page together.
This was Saturday?
Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Friday was fantastic. But Saturday, I was like, come on, guys. Like, they were great in the beginning, but then like kind of tapered off or whatever. So I was talking to, and this is like very indicative of, I think, the entire crowd. I talked to one of the guys, and he's just like this, you know, like Italian, like he also had a mustache when I started talking to him. He's like sitting like this, but like very tan, you know, like yard work arms.
Yeah.
You know, landscaping arms.
Boss arms.
Yeah. So he's sitting there, and I go, what do you do, man? And he goes, I'm an actor. Like that, and that was...
Say that slower into the camera, because I loved what you did at the end.
I'm an actor, so
that part. That's where you make your money.
And I go, oh, okay. I go, cool. Anything? Have you been in anything we might have heard of?
Right.
And this was his reaction.
Snooki and JWoww. Ring a bell,
dude. Even worse of a reaction. Even worse. He goes, I don't know, maybe something you might have heard of, a little show called The Sopranos. And then just like waited for the applause that didn't come. Didn't come.
No.
But you know, at that point,
except from Dino, who's in the corner.
Well, Dino's like, I've watched that series 5 fucking times. I never seen that guy in my life.
Every single man in Jersey has been on The Sopranos in the background.
Yeah.
Like, there was wide call for any fucking mook with a velour suit to show up, and all of them did, and all of them have been on.
Well, that was a thing where I asked him, I was like, were you just at the deli? Or were you in the strip club in the background or something like that? Then he started getting like wildly offended. So I moved on for my own safety.
Oh, it would have been so fun if he was like, no, I was at, remember the bartender who kept saying the wrong thing to Tony and was belligerently beaten over and over throughout the series?
That'd be a great line.
Love that.
Yeah, then that'd be like a claim, be like, oh yeah, you. You know, this was like.
I got happier the more I was mentioning that guy's part, and I realized I didn't want him to be that guy.
Nobody in the audience, you know, knew who he was or recognized him. We're like, I'm not sure. So the show ends, and this is the night of the Conor fight. So I'm driving back home, and I'm like, I'm gonna miss this fight. I'm pretty pissed. So I start trying to figure out ways that I could stream it, you know, on Twitter or whatever else like that, and I couldn't find any luck. And thank God, one of our good friends, Shuli, comes to the rescue finds me a friend who has a friend who has a thing, and maybe I
who's sitting cage side next to Trump holding an iPhone.
And I am sitting in. I had one option of the GPS, and this does this every time. It lets me go up Jersey and take the George Washington Bridge, which is more miles, or go Staten Island BQE, which is less miles, but usually they're around the same time. So I always go Jersey because BQE becomes a fuck show.
Yeah.
And this time on the GPS, it said that taking the BQE, there was an accident on the Jersey side, and that it was like 20 minutes faster to go through Brooklyn. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I start going. I get onto the Verrazano, I think, and it's one lane. So just and this is at midnight on a Saturday night. Just completely one lane down, construction or whatever, a million cars in there. So I'm sitting in bumper to bumper traffic. I'm not even moving, and I just have my phone on the dash, and I'm just sitting back like it's my living room, like I'm on a couch, and I'm watching the fight.
That's awesome.
And I swear to God, right before this fight happened, they sent a ESPN alert out that a baseball player, one of the superstars in baseball, Ronald Acuna Jr., had tore his ACL. And they showed this highlight of him. He went to go for a catch, and he just kind of like torqued his knee, and he's just immediately weeping kind of a thing, like he's trying to hide it, but he had to get carted off. It was a whole thing. And that set off this chain of thought in my mind while I'm sitting there watching like Conor walk out, and I go, dude, imagine if like Conor broke his leg during this fight, and I go, I wonder if he would be a guy who would make a scene because he's a UFC fighter, or if he'd be like, because I could picture him being like, fuck, but I could also picture him just being like taking it and eating it, and I was saying to myself, I wonder, which guy he would react, and wouldn't you fucking know it? I mean, it's one of those things where I know no one's gonna believe me because that's what happened, but I swear to God, I had that thought, and then I watched it, and I watched it with my jaw open for numerous reasons.
Yeah, this is what I think. I think you actually wish that upon him, and you had the power to sever his tibia from traffic.
I jinxed him by thinking it.
Yeah, I mean, that's something he would believe. Because he's a positive thought guy. He's a manifester.
Yeah.
So you manifested his leg just shifting and completely falling off.
It was shocking. But I got to be honest, it didn't look like he was pulling that out. He did not look good.
No, I mean, he looked great for 11 seconds.
Yeah.
He looked really good. He threw a couple kicks, was bouncing around,
he tried to get him on the ground, and you were like, no, what are you doing?
Once he missed the guillotine and you just saw that he couldn't possibly hang with him on the ground, I can't believe I'm saying these words either. But, it just like, he's gonna lose. It's class. There's levels to this shit.
Yes, and I think he wanted to like finish him on the ground to be like, look, everyone always thinks I'm a knockout.
But that
guy.
also this is kind of like basketball thing, right? So I'm trying to apply it to what's currently going on in the UFC and what happens with these like changing of the guards, similar to like Rousey and then Amanda Nunes, or then Holly Holm, then Amanda Nunes, and all these people.
Has anyone beat her yet?
I don't know, but it's like the longer these sports go on, the better everybody gets.
Yeah.
So like Conor was the best when that was the top skill level.
Right.
Now everybody does that and also the other thing.
Right.
It's like all these guys that are 7 foot tall in the NBA that have handles and can hit a step back three. That's super impressive and useful. And now all of a sudden somebody like DeAndre Ayton is doing it on the inside. So now everybody is going to trend towards that. It's like all these skill sets are kind of turning into a well-rounded super athlete.
Right.
And that seemingly is what's happening in UFC. Exactly. Yeah. And now that seems to happen in UFC where you're like, oh, he's just not that dude. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe we're talking about this, but it's like he's so big on this podcast. We've said he's our dream guest. We'll still take him on the way down, but
boy, is he going to have to continue to fall.
But
you know how far he'd have to fall to go on Lewis's podcast with Bisping?
He just falls through the ceiling, through the 8 floors, and just into the seat.
Yeah, in a 4-piece suit.
Yeah, it's like, oh man. So I'll tell you about my night because I'll try to figure out as much as comics as I can because I forgot that I was even there for the full weekend. But the night of the fight, we're at Comics. We do 2 shows. The first show is at 6 p.m. now because I guess they still have a curfew in Connecticut.
Do they?
I guess so.
What time's a curfew?
It doesn't even make sense, actually, now that you say it, because the whole casino's
I didn't
open.
say anything. I just questioned it
now
once.
That you put that into my head, I'm saying no. But no, the shows were 6 and 8 on Saturday, which was both like awesome. You got done early, but then the 6 o'clock show was kind of like, you're performing for who you think you're performing for.
Right.
It's everybody is the
6
fucking
p.m.
absolute crypt keeper. It's insane. They were alive on the Titanic.
By the way, come see me at 6 p.m. at Comics Mohegan Sun in next week. 2 weeks from now.
You should. A lot of Irish Goodbye people came out.
August 5th to the 7th. Get
Pretty great. Pretty great. So we get done with the 2 shows. The Saturday, the early one was light, but they were great. Like it was that thing where you go in and you're like, this is the smallest of the entire weekend, but they were a fucking great crowd. Even the old people were there to just like, let's go. Like they were just there to rage. It wasn't the touchy kind of old people.
No.
Although there is a weird thing happening there where like, if you trend a certain way racially, humor-wise, like maybe slam them over the head with a couple easy race jokes, they're losing their minds and fisting their own asses on the floor. And then you even wade into sexual waters and they're like, oh. There's this weird puritanical, non-consistent thing with like where the jokes can go, and it's like, you guys are fucking losers. What the hell is your problem? Like I grew up in this shit. I grew up in rooms full of people that were uncomfortable by sex. This is why I feel compelled to talk about it so brazenly in public, but whatever. So then the 8 o'clock show was great. It was like 200 people. It was awesome. Then we go and we hang out at one of those bars, like, you know, to watch the fights. We had been there the night before and they were like, oh, we're doing the fight for free. And we go and we're like, hey, 3 people. And the lady goes, did you make a reservation? Like instantly hyper pissed.
Right.
And we just came fresh in from smoking. We, so we're like kind of sensitive to everything. We're hoping to just be quickly ushered to a table so we can huddle together. And
was the place packed?
Not really yet. Like, there's open tables all over the place. So we're like, no, actually, we were here last night, and they said it was just walk-ins, no reservations. And she goes, last night? And I was like, yeah, the one before this one. I was like, well, like, yeah. What do you mean? And she's like, ugh, and walked away pissed, then came back in a huff, grabbed three menus, like, pissed and tissed and walked us to a table. Yeah, sat us down, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is so bizarre, right? So we're all sitting at this top. It's me, Brendan, who came and featured the whole weekend, and then Lucas, new part of the crew, super fun. He's our camera guy, producer, editor, everything. He does absolutely everything. So he was shooting the entire weekend. We were doing a bunch of stuff for Patreon, filming the stand-up, all that stuff. So we're all sitting down. We pop 100 milligrams of THC because, you know, like we say, we want this to, we need the shove out of the plane at 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
So we're just, you know, half hallucinating, half trying to figure out what to order. We also ate at the club, so we're not necessarily hungry. Brendan and I aren't even drinking. Lucas barely drinks. So we are a waitress's worst nightmare on fight night.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
No money coming in.
$0. And so I'm just, you know, I ordered food, and I think I, like, almost split my stomach lining in the middle of it just because I was like, I can't eat anymore, but I also can't not, like, you know, have a showing at least.
Yeah,
and, like, So I ordered these wings, and I ordered like a fucking upside down pineapple cake. I've never had that in my entire life. Who orders that? The lady was even like,
the place?
What cuisine?
Like, what is it? What is it called? Like, what was the name of the place?
It was called Casino.
No,
it was called We Have Kinda Food,
was it
but
a
a bunch
food
of
court?
TVs.
Was it an Italian restaurant? Was it a
It was a bar.
Buffalo Wild
It
Wings?
was a bar. Like a bar.
Oh, Tom's? Did you go to? The ones with all of the screens?
Yeah, Tom's.
Yeah,
We were
at
at
the top
Tom.
of the escalator.
Yes. Yeah.
Tom's.
That's okay.
Tom's Sports
No.
Bar.
Yes, we were at Tom's. So, you know, I'm ordering cake. Fucking Brendan ordered like the same thing, and he's also wildly full because he ordered a Flintstone-sized rack of ribs at the comedy club. They cost like, it was like $150, and he's like, on the arm, right? And they're like, I guess. You know, they put it on the table, it tipped over just like in the beginning. And so we're sitting there, and Lucas like orders a beer. He's not eating.
Yeah.
You know, and the lady keeps coming back to check on us like every 11 minutes.
Sure.
You know, if
You guys
not,
need anything else? She like pulls the checkout. You're like, we're good for now. And then she's like,
oh yeah,
It's like,
constantly. And to the point where like after I ordered the pineapple upside down, she gave a huff and a tisk, and I just stopped. I grabbed her arm.
Oh no!
And I didn't like grab her. I'm not Mark Wahlberg in Fear.
Well,
like,
you seem angry.
Yeah,
so
I grabbed her arm. I said, get over here. And she came
said,
back scared.
"Listen,
she was
you
trembling.
broad."
Yeah, she was trembling. And I said, I know that we're not ordering a lot. But no, I was like, I know that we're not ordering a lot. I just want to let you know we're going to take care of you. Like, I just want, and I said
and then you squeeze gently.
Yeah, and then I did. Well, at that point it was loose, and then I went, and then I showed her my fingertips.
Yeah,
you know, like the hard bone piercing into her muscles. Yeah. So she, and she was like, "Oh no, it's okay." Like tried to give but she's like half crying, and I'm like, "No, I'm serious."
You're like, "It's sorry that I'm hurting you, but you just need to learn."
Yeah. And like right there, it took a lot of courage for me to even say that because I've been batting that around for 20 minutes while on an edible. You know what I mean? So you know what the right thing to say is, but sometimes you could just second guess yourself into a nightmare where it's like, oh, do I even say it? Is it better left unsaid? What do I do? And I just wanted to assure her that she was not going to lose money by us just sitting there.
On you.
Exactly. So Brendan orders a cheesecake. Lucas, I almost called him Jacob. I have no idea why. Lucas orders like a cake also like 30 minutes later. So it's clear we're just kind of dragging things out. And she's like kind of just throwing the plate with the cheesecake on it.
One at a time order.
Just awful. And then we're watching the fights, which, by the way, I implore everyone out there. I'm not the biggest UFC guy. I have no idea really what I'm talking about, aside from what I glom from like Lewis and Harrington's conversations, and then what I watch. That's it.
Right.
But that Sean O'Malley, Matino, I think is his name, fight.
The second to last
fight? The green-haired zombie. That's like the first fight.
Oh, yeah.
That was... I've never seen anything like that in anything, like in sport, in dance, in life, in relationship. I've never, in Rocky, I've never seen
music.
Because I'm a Sean O'Malley guy. Obviously, I stand for the Irish. If there's an Irish guy on a fight card, you better believe his balls will be in my throat. Yeah, I'm just all about it. I love that stuff. So he, especially, guys with wild swag and confidence, because I just don't have that, and I just look at it as something to embody and inspire.
Sure.
And he's really good also. Like, he's a great striker. He's really fast. He shifts his feet all the time. He changes stance. He's like a fucking snake. It's weird. And this guy Matino took this fight with 11 days notice. He's like half a pro. He's fought in like 6 basements in his entire life. Like gets this wild opportunity and agrees to it because why the fuck not? Nothing to lose. He is Sean O'Malley is literally like doing basketball moves. He's crossing over in between punches and is just piecing this dude up to the point where at first he was putting on a show, and then in the second round he was hitting him so much he's like, I might fall down unconscious from hitting you too much.
Right.
Like, I have no more nourishment in my body.
He's doing a rope-a-dope.
It was it wasn't, he was just Homer Simpson against Mike Tyson. It was the craziest, because he just kept getting hit and stepping forward like the Terminator.
Right.
It was, and then they stopped it. It's this whole thing. But I just remember being like, we were screaming in the middle of the bar. Nobody else is really all that into the fight either. I also threw 100 on Connor because I'm a fucking idiot.
Is it on mute?
No, but it's not loud enough. It should have been really loud, but instead we're like straining. Yeah.
Oh, they're tagging him up now.
Then win the round, and we're like, I can't hear any of the inside.
There's those awful captions that don't ever write in real
to 3 minutes ago, and it also says like, and he throws a dog-faced fart box, and you're like, oh, that's clearly not what the words they said. So it's like the most insane fight where our are you still laughing at dog face fart box?
It really hit me. All right.
So, it was just insane. We're like scream crying at the table because all 3 of us are just peeking at the exact same time. Everybody is looking at us. It's no longer fun for anyone else. Then we watched that. I was like, wow, that was a good fight. There was another good fight. And then the female fight was really good. And then the fight right before Conor, I was like, of course, all these fights have been super quick. This one is going to be a 3-round snooze fest, and that's exactly what it was. Just 2 guys that respected each other too much and their positions because they knew both of them kind of couldn't lose, so they just tied mostly. Yeah, it was so fucking boring. And then the Conor fight where
that one I watched.
I fell for it again. It's like I'm an idiot.
He's getting old.
It's not even just getting old. The whole act is getting old.
He hasn't won in a long time.
The shit talk, it stinks. It's like at some point you got to kind of change your character and morph with the times and go against what people think you're gonna do.
Now he should be the comeback fighter. That has to be a story now because he's lost
he kind of tried to do that in the fight before this, which was I'm just here. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Toity hot sauce. And then this one, he's like, I gotta get the old thing back. I'm fucking mean. I'm away from my family. I just had a kid. He hasn't met his newest daughter.
Ugh.
He has, but it's kind of hilarious to think as a dad just to be like, he's like, oh no, they're in Dubai. I've been over here by myself for most of my daughter's life.
Just running.
Yeah.
So this is
we're not running from
these 5-star reviews.
It's a little early.
It's very early. However, why not? Let's talk about them. Sure. Thank you for everybody who's left us a 5-star review on iTunes. We appreciate you, and continue to do so. Tell a friend, share the word. You guys can also share the word, the good word of Christ, and Irish Goodbye. Social media, Irish Goodbye Pod. Send us an email, irishgoodbyepodcast@gmail.com. And we'll read them if you send us a crazy story. Obviously, check out, gasdigitalnetwork.com or go to podcastmerch.com.
Is Christ the original Irish Goodbye? Because he kind of got tapped up there.
Yeah.
And then he came back after 3 days.
Yeah.
And then he didn't make a big show about leaving.
Didn't he make a big show? I thought he ascended to heaven.
I don't know.
He was like, guys,
I thought he was
I'm out of here.
I thought he showed himself and was like, see, I have all, and then.
And just went into dust?
Yeah, just went into the cornfield.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. But regardless, podcastmerch.com, you can buy a t-shirt or a hoodie. And like we said, come see us in Royersford, PA, August 11th. But before that, please come August 4th through the 5th through the 7th, Comics Mohegan Sun. Like I said, I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Would love to see you there. Come say hi after the show if you do come. And again, and then next week, you guys got to come to Soul Joel's because it's a different experience.
It's next week?
The next week.
Hell yeah. Nice. I was like, it's next week?
It's August 11th next week?
Oh, that would have been sad. I was like, summer's over, man.
I still haven't got to go to the beach yet because this whole summer has been pouring rain or 104 degrees of don't even be in the sun heat.
Yeah, and not to mention we've mentioned it before on the podcast, but we're just completely thrown back into 2019 reality at full speed.
Yeah.
So there is no time for beach. This is just
there is no leisure.
Yeah, there's no leisure, no fun, no love. Are you done with your dates?
Yeah, and then MikeFeeneyComedy.com. Check out for any other dates, and then go watch my special Rage Against the Routine on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Yeah. Oh, and also, please, I just got a brand new computer set up. It's looking fucking great. So I'm streaming a lot more. I'm going to be streaming a lot more games. It looks legit. Go to twitch.tv/NYFreshmaker. We starting to have some people who listen to it on the podcast that are like, I don't know what Twitch is. I don't understand, but I'm checking it out because I already talk about it on the podcast. And then they end up sticking around. The chat's real fun. It's real interactive. So yeah, come party.
Hell yeah. Nice. Go to MikeCannonComedy.com for dates. This week, well, this is July 21st to the 22nd, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club. Very excited. Wednesday and Thursday. I got a brand new motherfucking hour. It's been complete. It's worked out. I got the time. I did it in comics, and I'm just going to be ironing it up for the rest of the year, and definitely going to be shooting it at some point soon. I'm really excited about that. So all of these dates are that brand new, never before, not on my last special, not on the first hour. All new shit I'm super pumped about. So July 21st through the 22nd, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, Uncle Vinny's. Just added July 30th and 31st. I've gotten so many messages about Washington. Come out west. Come out to Washington. I'll be in Spokane at Spokane Comedy Club July 30th and the 31st. 4 shows, Friday and Saturday. Just going in, so check that out, please. And then again, August 11th, Royersford, PA. Cannot plug this enough. Philly area, Jersey area, everything. If there's ever been a show where you want to see me, Feeney, and Sagalow do both comedy and podcasting, the two things you love us the most for, or hate us the most for, August 11th at Soul Joel's. Then the 27th and 28th of August, I'll be in Long Island. On the 27th, I'm at McGuire's in Bohemia. And then 28th, I'm in Levittown at my father's hometown. And then the October 8th through the 11th, we're doing that run. Ohio through Illinois, ending up in Chicago. And then Skankfest, going to be in New Hampshire. I got a potential Boston date coming. There's a lot of shit piling in. So MikeCannonComedy.com and then YouTube, Mike Cannon Comedy. Watch the special, Life Begins. I got Mike Takes Edibles. I got the 6th episode. It's just going up on the Patreon today. It's fucking...
What Patreon, Mike?
Bananas. Patreon.com/scenario-pod. For our other podcast, here's the scenario. Me, Feeney, and Sagalow. And then we got 2 bonus episodes that we do weekly. We put all of our bonus content up there. Again, we just hired Lucas. Lucas is our boy. He's coming onto the team, so we're making this all legit, all 4K, crazy-ass banana shit. We filmed Sagalow showing me his asshole this weekend, if that somehow interests you. But,
Imagine they weren't until that point.
Yeah, they were, like, signing up, and they heard that, and they're like, escape.
That I would understand, but not the reverse.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't see the asshole. You're watching my reaction. So it's like, watching a reaction video to
an
2 Girls, 1 Cup. Yeah, it's a literal unboxing of his peanut. So, yeah.
That's that. And usually this is the part of the show where we ask Alex and G Mike what their plugs are.
That's right.
For the show.
But without notice, they've been removed from our team.
They are.
Yeah.
They are no longer with us. I think Alex is
We've been told from above not to make a big deal out of this. So we're going to make a really big deal.
Oh, no, they didn't want them to make a big deal.
I know, it's everybody, but we need to make a big deal for everybody.
But I said it's a big deal for us.
Well, because, as you all know, Alex has been a third leg partner of the show. Again, we've had discussions with Natalie and Alec. We love them. They seem
Which, by the way, hello, Natalie. Hello, Alec. You guys can say something if you want. They're just waving. Okay.
Okay.
But, you see... Oh, and there's the kid.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
there we go.
Yeah, there we go. And sweet little Alec. He's got a great jawline. He kind of intimidates me.
Former baseball player?
I did play baseball.
Yep, I could tell.
Yeah. He's got a long body. You and him.
Is Alex still here, or did she go home?
In the room?
She's recording her podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like the double spit in the face. She told us that she was going to be crying by the end of this episode because of her involvement no longer.
Well, I wanted to give her
She still will be, probably.
I wanted to give her an opportunity to say a few words, say how much
give a memorial
to her. How much she respects us and how grateful she is for the opportunity
that we gave her
to lift her up to become the superstar.
I mean, listen, it's no surprise that we gave her start, and we were
Legion
a platform to greater things.
Yeah,
Are you sitting in on the show?
All right, I get. Wait, you don't have your. How are you gonna? You're gonna have to teach them how to frame up the other thing. See?
Yeah.
It doesn't get any wider.
It doesn't get it. She said it doesn't get any wider, and then your mic isn't on. So, Alex.
This is my favorite episode.
She's got this. I believe in her.
You'll just have to pan off of Mike.
So, yeah, if you...
then my head's going to be...
Wow, I got to tell you, if that remains the frame, I will walk out.
There's a 2-shot in your project somewhere that's going to show all of us, Natalie.
Oh, there it is.
You guys can
wait.
stay.
Nice. Keep it on you, Natalie.
That was a all right. So Alex, we wanted you to be able to say, I like that shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's keep. I want Natalie to stay on the screen during this entire thing because I want to watch her watch this and just because I need to see your eyes while we're a little tough on somebody. I need to see how you react to this.
So Alex, you're leaving the show.
Yeah.
And so we wanted you to give it. The fans, I feel like, they're gonna miss you, so they're owed some sort of.
To some, you are the most important part of the show.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason for them to listen. And fuck you.
Yeah. If that was your only reason.
Yeah.
But Alex, do you want to say
She's
like
gonna cry? This is. Make me uncomfortable now.
Yeah, this
I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. I'm very sad about leaving the show. I love. This was the first show.
Well, here's the thing. At least you left us in complete disarray.
Yeah, this is the first show that I was given to fully be the producer of at Gas Digital, and I loved working with you guys and.
Right back at you. Right back at you.
Yeah,
we love you.
Well, that's why I'm saying the fans are gonna miss you. So we're all sad that this is the way that they've ripped the carpet out from underneath us. But it does sound like you have a new cool thing in the works.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. Sounds great. Sounds like it's going to be big.
Cannon.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you.
But is there? Yeah. Mike this will be a one of the best highlights I think of the show's history. Is Mike just cold dismissing
Buddy,
while
if you had any
Alex
question whether or not I was Irish, then this moment should give
yeah,
you
you
all the
always
evidence
say
you
I'm
need.
emotionless, and you
No,
are.
I know how to cut it off. I know how to fucking absolutely take a machete to my forearm and then take a blowtorch to the wound.
Well, I love you guys. Lots of good memories.
We love you, Alex. We'll see you. We'll see you around.
We'll
You
see
still
you.
have 46 podcasts on the network, so we'll see you here.
I'll see you.
We'll see you around.
I'll be around.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Alex Scarlato, everybody.
Without you, my friend.
What I do like is we have.
you all
Okay, let's do this.
about it when I see you again. Whoa.
But this would have to now. Alex has to drive off a cliff or something, doesn't she?
She is.
And that's.
In my mind. In my mind.
But so we're on our third.
I can't wait to forget her name
No,
next time I see
you
her.
can't. We're on
Like,
our.
oh.
We're on our third. Yeah. Amanda, was it?
Aaron.
Yeah. But we're now on our third female producer, which
Yeah.
I think is pretty progressive of us this entire time.
That's right.
We've always
We have a handsome straight white male just
and yeah, he's
chomping at the bit to take her position.
yeah. I mean, I kind of do like this situation because we
Yeah.
have him like pressuring her. He's her Rick from Scranton. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
He's to pressure her to achieve her necessary goals in order to make the show better. Otherwise, he'll step in at a moment's notice. And God
Yeah.
forbid you ever get sick, Natalie. He's gonna jump right in.
I don't like that he's kind of like younger, way more handsome me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that you think that you look like him.
I don't think I look like him. I think we're enough of the same white face with facial hair.
I don't
That he's handsomer and younger. I've given as many compliments as I'm willing to, and at this point, yeah. I mean, if you don't see the goods, you don't see the goods.
All right.
Alec is sick to his stomach to be compared.
So I guess should you have more stuff from comics?
I do,
right?
yeah. Do you want to keep going, or do you have something?
Should we-
Do you want to jump into something?
I've never had anything else. I was just going to get to know Natalie and Alec a little more since they're now an integral part of our program.
Should we do that? Let's go. Yeah, let's do that.
Natalie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Natalie. I'm from New Jersey.
Alex, shut the hell up! We're doing a podcast!
You're
God
ruining the fucking show.
Fine.
She leaves the show and you're ruining the show. They're on the mic. God damn it. She can't hear me. She doesn't know what's going on.
I am being put on camera way more than I was expecting. Not just from you guys, but from working at Gas. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Was this was something you were hoping to keep like on the DL of your resume? You were going to build up
I was gonna fully
experience.
brag that I work here. I was like, oh, I got into audio so that I can not have my face on camera all the time.
Right.
Well,
yeah,
welcome to hell. We all thought we wouldn't be on YouTube either.
Yeah. Alex used to show up in a hoodie. Now she shows up airbrush, makeup on, her hair done. She looks great.
Alex's face looks like a funeral T-shirt.
Airbrushed. And here's the thing too we must say about Alex. Unfortunately, Natalie, you do have very big shoes to fill because Alex was
A size 15,
a great,
like literally an Ichabod crane-toed stork.
a great. She was a great part of it, and we'd never say it to her face when she was here, but we really will love and miss her.
I will never. I won't say a thing to her face from now on.
She'll only know if she hears this.
Yeah, she won't.
No.
No, as soon as she's like, I came on as a fan. And then she progressively stopped listening to the show as she worked on it.
I would too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So Natalie, you're from Jersey and you don't want to be on camera. Alec, what about you?
What's up, guys? I'm from Dallas, Texas originally, actually.
Oh,
That's
Texas
pretty great.
forever, bro.
I
Did you play high school football?
Did I play football? No, I played track, baseball.
He looked at his
soccer,
arm white in order to respond to that.
You are from Texas.
Yeah.
I played wide receiver in like 6th grade, and I got hit one time, and that was it for me. I
Yeah.
didn't watch.
Nice.
What position did you play in baseball?
Shortstop until the coach's kid wanted to play shortstop, then left field.
You look like you had speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant he's on speed.
No. It looks like he could be
Yeah.
steal some bases.
Yeah. Well, he's
So how did you
long.
get into this? How'd you end up right here?
My girlfriend works for Ari Shafir, and then
Oh.
I think there was an opening, and they mentioned my name.
Wow. So you relocated here.
Yeah, I've lived in Brooklyn for like 5 years.
Oh, okay. All right,
Nice.
you're here.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the team.
We
love
we
that
cycle
you can,
through you guys every few years, so
I do love that you can.
gonna be a good 3.
You can occasionally hear Jessica Kirsten screaming
Yeah.
through her studio.
we might get flagged on YouTube because Jessica's podcast is playing in the background.
There's a glass wall, a divide, and it's coming. There's no speakers playing it. That's just her booming vocals. Check out Jessica's podcast. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
me and Sagalow just did Frank Rigatone and Mary Jean on there, and a lot of secrets were spilled.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Better go check it out.
We found out who Mary Jean really is.
Wow.
Wait, can I make a comment about when I interviewed here? You guys were filming one where you were the Rigatones, and I was like, "This show's really funny, and I want to work here."
Hell yeah!
Wow, look at
All
that.
right,
And that's
all right,
why
Natalie.
she's trying to work for Jessica's
Yeah.
show. So
She's like, "Wow, that woman is funny."
yeah. Those 2 women are great. And who's that annoying
The
guy?
2 women are great. Oh my god, yeah, Sagalow, it's hilarious. He took off his wig at one point, and I was like, "You look more like a woman." You literally just your fucking little bebop and rocksteady hair.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So comics.
Yeah, so comics. So we make the whole plan to go up there. Lucas has never been on the road before. He's a 20, or not for a weekend. He came up to Rhode Island with us. We shot some stuff. It was really fun. That video's up on YouTube. Check that out. It's called Rhode Island, ROAD, right? Real fun. But it's me and Sagalow. We do a bunch of stand-up on that. So check that out. And I asked him if he wanted to come to this. He agreed for the whole weekend. It's great. It's going to be a fun time, right?
Sure.
It's in a casino. We're ready to go. We're vaxxed. Last year, I was literally there at this exact time last year because
Wow.
it ended up being Mario's birthday on our last day, and I got that crowd to sing Happy Birthday to Mario last year.
Right.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Like I only put that together like at the last moment of the entire trip. But so we drive up there. It's great. Lucas is like so excited. He's a little puppy dog. His head is out the window. He's like his tongue's wagging out the side of his cheek. There's fucking, he's blinding drivers with his saliva.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know. I thought you would like that fun imagery, but instead you're like, oh yeah.
I might have went somewhere else for a minute. Took a sip of that water and then thought about a bunch of stuff and then looked over to you and you had just finished talking and were looking at me and I then realized where I was and what I was doing. So,
I mean, it's hard for me not to talk about anything besides the fact that we didn't know the producer shift was happening and it just got dropped on our, no, again, Natalie and Alec, we love you. I'm just saying. It's,
Yeah.
It's hilarious. We knew Dana wasn't long for this world.
Dana, you see coming.
Yeah. Alex, we thought.
I think the fans are going to be really upset. I think we're going to get a lot of tweets.
Yeah,
think
hey,
people are
just
gonna be-
understand. Wasn't our decision.
I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker for anybody.
No, I don't
but
think so either.
I think they will be upset.
There's plenty of podcasts she produces that you could watch.
Yeah. But I think our dynamic was pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it feeds off the youngsters.
We could youngsters. Oh.
That's how I'm taking on this old man thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like you young.
You're accepting it. That's
No,
the
I'm taking it on because I'm still youthful.
I'm
and
allowing
vibrant, and
myself
everybody-
to be gray now.
Everybody looks at me as though I have life by the short and curlies and I'm young and everything's ahead of me.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I instead have willed myself into premature gray, and now I'm taking on a character and hitting microphones.
So you're going to comics.
So comics, we have a
Lucas,
great drive
yeah.
up there. It's a really good time. The Thursday, it's funny because every time like Lucas comes with us, he also like the road. The truth about the road is kind of shown.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like everybody when they start comedy thinks like
Movies,
the road
TV.
is rock and roll, baby. We're
Yeah.
gonna be doing blow, throwing a TV out the window. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But every time Lucas comes out with us, we just do mushrooms and go to bed.
He's like, oh, go.
So yeah, I mean, whatever. So the first night we get there, And it's Thursday. The show is at 8:00. We get there early, and I'm immediately like, all right, I'm going to take a nap because, I've been up since fucking 8 a.m. I haven't slept in 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, whenever I get a
nap.
bed without any distractions, I'm like, all right, let me fucking hit this thing. But of course, because I've been so trained to be on call at all times, I don't sleep.
Right.
I don't sleep at all. Instead, I just kind of try to will my eyes shut, and they don't. It's fucking frustrating. So we take a nap, whatever. The Thursday show is really great. I'm not even remembering a lot of the details. I do remember on the drive up there.
I could tell because you spent a lot of time on the nap thing. I thought that was going to come back to mean something.
No, not at all. I'm trying to remember other parts of the day because I have here written in my notes. Comics, 4 question marks. And that was written right before the show. I remembered we were there.
Yeah.
So the Thursday as we're going there, I'm like, the NBA Finals are playing that weekend.
Yeah.
The Conor fight.
Yeah.
We plan to take mushrooms. I just got mushroom chocolate bars, which give you how many squares to reach a certain amount,
that's
and all that
awesome.
stuff. So it's really exciting because the last time we did mushrooms together, we thought we were microdosing, but it turned into a more of a macro dose. But
Right.
it still wasn't a full thing. It was just more than we were anticipating.
Sure.
So this time we're going full steal. We're doing it. The casino is open, no masks.
No masks anymore.
No, it's just fucking free for all, dude. Not only that, there's not just no masks. There's also an abundance of children everywhere.
I've said this many times. People that are bringing your kids to a casino for vacation, have you no shame? I mean,
It's sad.
It's so sad. It is. I understand if they're like, well, listen, sometimes we can only get one vacation. Then go somewhere else. It's an adult. It's an adult. It's just take money. It's
It's just
gambling.
none-
It's drinking. It's poison. It's indulgence. It is fucking.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some people do it right, where they hire a nanny or whatever, and they have them watch the kids, and they go down to the fucking arcade, and they go to the kids zone, and they do whatever, and that's a fine vacation. I have no idea. But what I do know is how I saw people spend the casino vacation, and that's not what I would do. The amount of fucking 7-year-olds in wet bathing suits running around the casino floor in 40-degree AC while chattering in flip-flops while evading fucking fatzos in their rascal scooter.
Right.
It's the most perilous environment you can put.
Listen, the
in
kid's
innocent.
gonna have fun because the kid's gonna have a pool and an arcade, and they'll be
and
able
they're
to
also
distract
gonna inhale
themselves.
black tar into their fresh
but
lungs.
you shouldn't put them there. Yeah, don't put them there.
And so we're looking up before every time that I go on the road now. My move is to look up the recreational marijuana laws or just weed laws in general because I just want to see how illegal the thing I love the most is.
Right.
So we get there, or while we're driving up, July 1st. Our weekend started July 8th. On July 1st, they passed recreational marijuana.
Oh, great.
Totally. So it's same as New York. You can smoke anywhere. Smoking's legal, all that shit. So I'm like, this weekend just turned completely stress-free.
Yeah.
There's no worry. I don't even have to hide the weed. This is awesome. Fuck yeah. I'm so excited. So Thursday night, we do the show. About 180, 190 people on a Thursday night, which was great. They were during July, this is fucking unheard of.
Right.
Great, all good stuff. We had a really great show. We're eating, all that stuff. We tipped the waitresses, which apparently nobody in the country does because the amount of gratitude that I got from them was way too much.
Yeah.
I left $20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, thanks, whatever. Or $20 per person.
Yeah.
And they were like, thank you so much. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And they're like, no. Hand on the forearm. You don't understand. It's all right, thank you.
Right.
It's less than what the dish cost. So
Sure.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right.
So we do that and we take edibles right after the show and we're gonna walk around the casino. It's kind of our early free night, right? We're not doing anything. It's loose.
Sure.
We got the NBA Finals game. That's what we were gonna watch. So then we go outside and we're smoking. And we're smoking in that area where everybody smokes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where you see the building with the light changing colors.
The fire pits.
Yeah, and everybody's there. And so we're standing there and we're smoking brazenly. Just out in the open. There's kids running around. That's not my responsibility. You brought them to an adult place. I don't give a fuck. There's other people smoking cigars and cigarettes. It's all killing them.
Yeah.
So we're just smoking. We're hearing this conversation beyond us of I don't know what they were talking about, but it was like some like social stuff, like and it wasn't even heavy position wise. Like they were just having kind of an interesting conversation, and we just heard murmurs of it. And sitting right to our left was the most lobster skinned Italian of all, like wide open shirt, sweating to the point where his hair is wet, like he just came out of a shower. Like white instead of the bags under his eyes, like just like absolutely just I'm there to get fucking hammered, and I've succeeded.
Right.
And so they were saying something, and he just goes, "Not a word." And they go, "What?" And he's like, "That's not a word." And he's like, I was an English major in college. And I was like right there, and I was like, what, 30 years ago? Like, language evolves, you retard. Like, wouldn't you, isn't that something an English major would know?
What was the word?
The word was like in actuality or something like that. Like actuality. Actuality. It's something like that, which is like, actually, it very much is a word. And he just decided, he's like, no, I'm an English, like kept talking to them. And they were like, well, what we mean, like they tried to have a human-to-human conversation.
Right.
And this guy he was a rigatone. He was like, like, you know, with everything. And it was just like, it was hilarious to the point where I looked up the word and I was going to walk by and just show them my phone as I kind of walked by. But I was like, on second thought, I'm not getting involved in this. So we're standing there, we're smoking, we're laughing, we're howling, having a great time. Everybody's having a good time. And out walks a security guard, and she walks towards us. And she has this look on her face like I'm going to get you in trouble. Like I'm about to authoritize you. And I'm just blunt in hand smoking, and her face like kind of softens as she walks over, because I think she realized we were morons. So she goes, "Hey guys, smells good over here." And I'm like, right?
I know, right? Pretty cool.
All of us were like, it's good.
It's like a grown-up cigarette. Oh, waggy to baggy.
And she was like, I know it just became legal. Like, I guess they may have briefed them on this. She's like, but we're on Native American grounds. Like, this is completely separate laws. Like, you can't smoke weed in this area. She's like, listen.
I feel like Native American laws.
I thought it was a bit looser, to be honest.
Well, I also just thought it was like Native Americans with like tobacco, and I figured that was like not a strict, you know. I feel like the criminalization of marijuana is a very white guy thing.
Maybe it's more of a gaming thing. Like maybe they would get in trouble with the gaming thing because they haven't regulated that drug.
Yeah.
They've regulated alcohol in gaming, but not weed in gaming or whatever the fuck. But either way, she was just like, and we realized we were like, oh, sorry. And she saw that we were like, we just didn't know. Like we just looked up whether it was legal, and she's like, listen, she's like, just do it in your car. She's like, just go in the winter parking lot. You know, that's the secondary teepee. You could smoke in that. Have yourself a good time. And we were like, 100%, absolutely. And then we just did the walk right around there.
Yeah, I was like,
weed.
What? That's so far. There's no shot that I do that.
I'm never going I'm not making my car smell also.
I'm not walking to that garage. That's so far.
Yeah.
It's like a country mile.
Dude,
You're like,
so every time that we went around the building, which nobody goes there because when the arena
like the
is closed,
smoke break,
and it's outside arena stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where like the people compile, you know, all that stuff while they're waiting or even after the show. So we're just there, and of course there's cameras seeing us like spinning around like we're in a meadow somewhere. You know,
there's
we're
so
just
many cameras
having the time of our life smoking. And every time we went back there and started walking back to the path after, we saw somebody like take a call, and they were walking back to like intercept us, but we had already finished, and they just kind of gave us like a
no way,
like
really?
an angry side eye coming around. Yeah.
Wow, I've never had anybody say anything to me.
I've had somebody say something to me the last time too, where somebody came to try to like be like, nah, man, you can't. I mean, you also don't smoke blunts.
Right.
We're smoking huge blunts that lasted for like 40 minutes. You know, so we're staying in one place for a long time. It's all our fault.
Right.
Yeah, it's all our fault.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was Thursday. Friday was really fun. I ended up having to film an audition, so it was great. Lucas had his whole setup, obviously. Live, it was like the best looking audition I've ever done. I won't get it, but it was great. Then we filmed Brendan, because Brendan, listen, I'll set the stage for you just in case you're interested in this. We were having a conversation on camera because we were filming something, and Brendan like I said something about his asshole being gross. Just based on my knowledge of assholes and his weight, I assume that to be true.
Right.
So he had a real huge problem with that and started debating me on the beauty of his asshole. And so I called his bluff and I was like, show me your asshole. I've seen assholes. Like, I'm not thrown off by this. You can't bully me into thinking your asshole is pretty. I was like, show you. And he got caught. And then he showed me his asshole and we filmed it for Patreon.
So the bully became the bullier because you bullied him into showing him.
I just called his bluff.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't bully. The bully is the one that makes the raise. I called.
Well, I guess you called.
Yeah. So, and he it turns
Instead of flip him, he split him.
So that was really funny. And then Friday, we have the one show. It's awesome. It's
mushroom night, right?
One show Thursday, one show Friday. All of Friday, we get all this work done. We're feeling really positive about ourselves. We'd filmed from the night before, so like the act is coming together too. It's like my first weekend in like a month. So I have all this new material that I've been writing. So it's like kind of just getting into a thing, and I'm shaping it and I'm pounding it in and figuring out what works and extending it every single night. So it's like. It just, I've never felt more fulfilled while in a casino in my entire life. And Friday, we do the show. It's a great show again. Have a really good time. Sagalow ended up going to eat with his father and sister. I almost said daughter. With his sister before the show. And then asked them, he's like, but I'm going to do mushrooms after. So if you see me, walk the other way.
Oh, my God. Good for him,
Which is also what I said to the crowd. At the end of the night, I literally signed off and I was like, hey guys, you've been the best. By the way, I'm going to be on mushrooms right after this show. So if you see me out in the casino, please don't start a conversation. Good night. I just walked off stage and I saw 4 people, at least 4, it was probably more, but 4 people like do the notice me and then walk by while laughing thing. And I mean, that'll just shatter anybody's mushroom trip on a dot. And that was way worse than any conversation could have gotten me.
I wish they would have said anything.
Oh, it was terrifying. So we get this chocolate bar and it said like, it's got middle. It's like a microdose, and then you're in a good flow state or whatever, and then you take a few more bars, and it says God mode, right? So we took right below God mode because we wanted to feel euphoric. We also wanted to trip, but we didn't necessarily want to be incapacitated while moving about in a casino.
Right.
So which, by the way, Nicole is like, you're just corrupting this 23-year-old boy.
Sure.
Like you're just throwing hallucinogens down his throat on the road. It's like, do you even know if he smoked weed before he met you? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't know if he did. And then I asked and he did, and thank God. And he's, this
tried
is all.
Once, didn't get high.
Yeah. Now he's just hooked. He's going to be on fucking Oxy in like 3 days. So we all eat the mushrooms. We go up. I get into like maybe the perfect mushroom outfit of all time, especially in a casino, because I have like these nice sweatpants that if you're just looking, they look like pants, like just normal ass pants.
Sure.
And then I have a flannel over a t-shirt, so that's comfortable, especially in the AC of the casino. And also I have a button down, so I'm technically kind of dressed up, ready to go everywhere, and I have a nice pair of sneakers on.
Right.
But I am like a comfy, cozy little blanket boy, just ready to meet God. And dude, so we go down to the arcade, we trip. I've never played video games while on mushrooms before.
It's insanity.
We did that Mario Kart thing. I was just having your bit reverberating in my brain the entire time. And I'm like, get out of my head, Feeney. And we're playing other games, and I'm like half looking at other stuff on the screen, and then realizing I'm I have an objective to succeed at. And then we got on. I don't know if you saw the little boomerang, but me and Brendan were riding the motorcycles, and I almost fell off that motorcycle.
Did he
like
win?
3
Because
times.
Brendan in that boomerang was fucking cutting left and right.
Yeah,
dude.
directly into the wall at 200 because he fucking lost handedly. He beat me in the car race thing, but and then I beat him in basketball. It was everything went as planned.
Okay.
And so we then were like starting to hallucinate, like pretty wild, like visually, soul wise, everything. We're getting a little gooey, right? And we decide we're like, oh, this is cool, like, but we either like should do bowling. Or like, let's go out, maybe get some fucking Ben and Jerry's. Like we start throwing around a couple ideas. We're like, hell yeah, that sounds great. We get out and we walk like 8 feet. And as we take like our 4th step, some I have no health insurance. Literally, that's what they said. 300-pound, 80-year-old woman just almost clipped us in her fucking Red Rascal while yelling, I have no health insurance. And we turned about face, went up to the room, and played the same playlist we've been listening to for 2 days while just looking at the ceiling, the paintings, everything like that. And Lucas is like, do you guys want to like walk around or something? And both Sagalow
You're both
and I,
under the blankets.
we give each other that mushroom look where we're like, I can't even do anything.
Yeah.
I can't walk.
Lucas just goes, all right, I'll be back. I gotta this, guys. It's 8:30.
Dude, so I haven't done like a full mushroom trip in a long time. That Rhode Island thing, it was like kind of almost there, but it wasn't a full breakthrough.
Yeah.
This time, and I've talked about this before, but I see like the sacred geometry shit a lot, and it's probably because I've read a lot about it, so my brain just makes the connections and goes back to it every time. But I see it a lot, and a lot of the times it's like a thin layer sheen over the ceiling. So I can see the ceiling through the mesh of what I perceive as reality while on mushrooms. And the reality and the mesh and the shapes are swelling at me and kind of like, moving towards me in 3-dimensional. And I'm basically, in my brain, I'm like, this is what exists when I'm not on the drugs, but I just can't, I don't have the ability to see it.
Yeah.
And it said, welcome back.
No, it didn't.
I swear to God that a voice in my inner ear, so I didn't hear an audible, like it wasn't an auditory hallucination, or at least it wasn't like coming from that side of the room, but something said, welcome back.
Wow.
While I was on this, and I was like, I literally was like,
like Goofy just said, dude.
just pure joy and like, I'm so happy to be back. Like, just.
Brandon's like, what? Who are you talking to? Lucas is like, guys, can we just. I'll settle for taking the elevator up and down a few times. Just, can we.
But then we finally exited the nope phase. Like, that's what I get every time I'm on mushrooms. There's a nope. 45 minutes where you just can't get to me.
No.
I don't need you. This is about me now.
I don't want you.
Yeah, this is about me right now. I need to wrestle with a lot of my consciousness, stuff that I don't necessarily pay attention to all the time. Yeah. And I'm just in a deep moment. Stop trying to peck. Stop trying to figure me out. I can't walk around when I'm doing this.
Right.
And then it's a very clear moment when you're like, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do things.
Let's go.
That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
Before we go, if you enjoy this podcast, you might enjoy some of the other podcasts available at gasdigitalnetwork.com. This week, we are highlighting Without a Country with hosts Corinne Fisher and Shane Smith. You can find the full catalog of episodes on demand at gasdigitalnetwork.com or catch the latest 15 episodes anywhere you find podcasts. Here's a clip.
So canceling is wild, and when conservatives are like, we're the non-cancel party, it's like Dixie Chicks, Colin Kaepernick, Nike, Ellen DeGeneres, Samantha Bee, Beyonce, Target, Jane Fonda. Remember when that movie The Hunt came out? And they were like, no, and then it had to go straight to thing. Remember when they protested NASCAR because NASCAR banned the Confederate flag? Remember when people were breaking their Keurigs? Remember when Kathy Griffith had a fake cut-off head of Donald Trump? Griffin? Sorry.
Kathy Griffith is a different person.
My bad, other person who I don't know. But anyway, it's wild that, like, listen, no one's on their high horse. You can't beat cancel culture by canceling, is my point. So when conservatives
I see in theory what they mean, to sort of give them a dose of their own medicine. But yes, you are correct in that it's like, well, you've been doing that for years certainly with music. That's been a problem for a long time.
Listen, so it's just everyone does it. Everyone's guilty. This solution needs to be like, but politicizing it is just like laughable. They gotta not do that.
Well, politicizing things, as we've seen during the past year, is extremely dangerous. And like, I truly believe thousands of people died because COVID-19 was overly politicized.
Well, yeah.
And we'll probably continue to.
I was gonna say,
as people don't get vaccinated. Do whatever you want with your body. I really do feel that way. You certainly shouldn't have to do something that you don't want to your body. I'm very anti-medicine, pretty much across the board. But I did get vaccinated.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I am to the point where it's like, hey, this is America. I guess this is what we do.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it's what makes us different from other countries. Is the choice is you are able to make that choice whether or not you want to get vaccinated, and I do think that's important. All right. And that's another thing the left is just with the shouting of like, get vaccinated, wear your mask. I was like, I'm doing these things because I personally want to do these things, but the way you're speaking about doing these things online makes me not want to do them.
Yeah.
Even if the result will be I will get sick or die.
People saying that they're going to continue to wear masks because they don't want people to think that they're conservative is absolutely. What did I tweeted about just making a mask that's a gun that points into my mouth because that's how it makes me feel. When I read that, it's insane. Wow, so insane. How about don't wear a mask if you don't want to? Okay.
How about maybe where you stand politically, don't make it your entire fucking personality also.
It's just wild.
I know that's like a cute little tweet that's going around, like, insert here, make it not your whole personality. Well, make your political identity not your whole fucking personality. Like, maybe have your own opinions about things. And then if you have your own opinion about each topic, maybe it'll be harder to fit yourself neatly into conservative or liberal. Because that's what's happened to me, and then just everyone doesn't like you. It's a nice place to be.
If you're vaccinated, don't wear a mask. Like, what are you doing? Listen to.
Well, I was so mad the first. I noticed a lot less people wearing their masks outside today, just because I know such a large percentage of Manhattan is vaccinated. But like, as soon as they were like, you don't have to wear your mask outside, I didn't wear my mask anymore. And I was like, all you fucking hall monitors out here. That's what Manhattan is. Such a fucking adult hall monitor vibe. It's disgusting. It's just like, you love rules so much. You moved to one of the most expensive cities in the world to follow your dreams, most likely, and then you can't stop following rules, you little bitches. It's like I did all the things. I worked so hard to get that vaccination appointment. I got the second one. I waited the 2 weeks. I'm not wearing a mask anymore because that was the fucking agreement. Who are you? What are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to be better than?
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
With your fucking mask.
I'm the same way. I just look at someone and I go, they're not wearing one. Okay. I just don't. Why would I even think about it? There's nothing I can do. I got vaccinated. I did what I was supposed to do. I have no more thoughts.
Exactly. I did the things.
So fucking
Done,
crazy.
moving on.
For people to be like shaming each other about it. I'm just like, wow. Well, cool life. You seem cool.
It's just, everyone's just so interested in what everyone else is doing, but it's like they care. They want to pretend like they care so much about other people through pointing fingers, like get masks, get vaccinated. But it's like you don't care about other people. You don't care about the well-being of other people. You just want everyone to be like you, and you're like, well, I got vaccinated and I had to wear a mask, so like I made all these sacrifices, so you should have to too. I've seen full op-eds talking about all the quote sacrifices people made during COVID and how annoyed they are that other people didn't make it. Well, it's like, that was your choice, and I agree with the choice that you made, but then don't don't whine and complain about it. It's like, well, you could have not made those sacrifices, just like many other Americans didn't. You could have not stayed inside. Lots of people didn't. That was your choice.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, last year I lost more money. I lost more money than I made my entire life legally leading up to that year combined. In just because I was like, oh, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to not wear a mask, and I will fucking tombstone. I will body slam someone through a table if they question me. It's wild. Wild.
I mean, I think it just both sides got so like almost like militaristic about everything, and it's like there was a way to get through COVID. I'll read these things like people are like, oh, I'm going to the supermarket for the first time since March 2020, and they're like 30 years old. I'm like, you're mentally ill.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know what to tell you other than that you live a life in constant fear that is not based in reality, and it's nothing to be proud of. You really should see a doctor.
Yeah, and even
of
then,
the mind.
I saw people in Manhattan wearing like spacesuits And like, cool, good for you. If that's how you're comfortable to go out, but like to just be like, I don't go. I literally haven't gone to the grocery store for a year. It's like, get the spacesuit, dude. Do something, like do more. I don't know. That's wild.
Some of my friends said things to me that I was like, I don't even feel safe around you. Like, what if something happened that we needed to defend ourselves? What if there was a public shooting? It's like, I can't carry you too because you have absolutely zero survival skills.
It's a very, very old Boy Scout joke. I don't have to be faster than the bear. I just have to be faster than you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so there you go. Keep that in mind for next time you're in the wilderness or you're getting shot at. Also, don't zigzag. That's a myth.
Oh, is it? That's good to know.
Don't zigzag. Just run as fast as you can in one direction. It's very hard to shoot someone who's fast.
That's good to know.
There you go.
All right. Well, we spent a lot of time on that, but I mean...
Zigzagging is good for alligators, though.
Zigzagging is good for alligators?
Yeah. They can run super fast in a straight line. They can't turn for shit.
Holy shit. Thank you for telling me. I'm going to Florida soon. Gotta watch out for that.
So bear, we're running straight. Alligator, we're zigzagging.
No, bear, you play dead.
Oh, bear, you're playing
Unless
dead.
you're with someone, because the bear will only kill one person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Bears usually like to play with their food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the bear will just do whatever, and then you get away. And then if it's a gator, you zigzag. And if it's a shooter, zigzagging doesn't work. Just run as fast as you can.
I think Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend got killed by the same bear.
That was a very hungry bear.
Yeah.
What, did they run? Did one of them run while the other one was getting eaten? One of you has to get eaten. Listen, that's a bad boyfriend. Because I would be like, run, babe. And then I would fight the bear, Legends of the Fall style.
Oh my God. How long you're the second person I've dated who loves the movie Legends of the Fall.
It's a very good movie.
How long would you have to be dating this person to fight a bear on their behalf?
0 time. I would just be on my first date. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to let someone I'm with die. I'm going to take responsibility and be a man. If I'm with a person in the wilderness,
What if you're with another man?
Then we'll rock, paper, scissors for it.
Okay. Fair.
I would hope that they want to die with me if they're a man. Let's go to Valhalla together.
That's so weird, Shane.
What? And also, by the way, I'm a little into the idea of being killed by a bear. That's pretty cool.
That's a cool way to go. It fits with your whole personality.
Thank you.